RNDRUSDT.com's Daily Brief. The answer to your question is learn the goddamn process, trade your trading plans, don't take too much risk on any one trade, and just let yourself get rich.
Hello everybody, welcome back to The Rational Investor. This is Julian reporting in without, you might have noticed there are some changes. So not only do I not have headphones on, but I'm also in a slightly different location. I mean, it's actually the same location, but it's a different spot in the same place. Now, the question is, why? Can anyone guess? Is anyone there? I'm going to give you guys like a minute to join. I think there's 9 people waiting. You might just be seeing it now, but can you guess why the change? The clue is behind me. There is a clue. Let's see if there's anybody here. I'm talking to myself right now. You can see the nice city and a plant. I have some other plants over here. You can't see them. Try to keep it a little bit green. Because your pants are still drying. Nope, that's not why. They are dry. I am not wearing pants though. I'm wearing shorts. It's hot here. Hello, Ucha. Hello, Rocky. Good to see you. That's not why. There is something very special behind me. Can you guys guess what that is? Anyone that can guess what that is, I will talk about whatever coin you want for like 5 to 10 minutes. You get a full 5 minutes dedicated to whatever you want to talk about. You just got to guess what that thing is, that black thing. I'll give it like 2 minutes. It's not weed. I don't smoke weed. Although it's legal here. Not the plant. The black thing. Black thing, not the plant. Hi, Kevin. Hello, Lori. Hello, Zoc. Hello, Constantine. Welcome. Good to have you guys here. So, no guesses? Nobody knows what it is? Really? I'm all about health and fitness, right? I'm always talking about you need to be healthy, you need to eat healthy, you need to exercise, so on and so forth. Well, this is another level. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue to do it all the time. Eddie, you're close. It's related to that area, but it's not a sauna. Saunas don't really look like that. Something else. It's close. You're close. Come on, I want to get the show started. So you guys, come on, hurry up. 15 people watching already is great. Oh, Kevin is close. Cryo, cold. All right, I got to give it to Kevin. It's a cold plunge. Have you guys heard about cold plunges? Like you put it down. Basically, it is pure testosterone. Like you need to have testosterone to even put your feet into that. If you're in America, it goes down to like 30. It's like 35 degrees Fahrenheit is what I try to do it at. Which is like 5 or 7 degrees Celsius. Right now, I'm like between 7 and 9 degrees Celsius. I tried 5. I couldn't do it. I did it, but it was like 30 seconds. So now I know I need to do like, I need to work my way down, but it can go to basically 0 degrees Celsius, which I think is too cold. It has an app even. So I have my own personal cold plunge. Is the latest, most exciting development in my life. As you can tell, my life is very exciting. So that's what's happening. All right, let's get to the show. You guys probably don't care about that much, but Kevin, and like 30 minutes when we get near maybe 50 minutes, just remind me and we will talk about whatever you want for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay? That's the deal. I'm shaking. Yeah, hot shower works. Sometimes I do the sauna and then I'll go, I'm thinking to do this. That makes it easier for sure. But 10C is too easy. 10C, I mean, anything between like 10 and 12, I can sit in there for 5 minutes. It's not that hard. And I just don't get the same effect. Like if you're lower than 10, like 7, you get out and you feel cold for like 30 minutes to an hour. That's how you know it's like, whoa, that's insane. And it's a good wake up in the morning. All right, I'm going to shrink myself. You guys don't need to see my face. All right, Hopefully, this is not too big in the corner. If it's too big, tell me. I'll make it smaller. Maybe I'll make it a little bit smaller. You guys don't really care about me that much. All right. How about that? That's. Hopefully that's not too small. Can you still see me? A little tiny person. Good morning, Preston. Welcome. 21 people. Amazing. All right. So as I always do, we're going to start with going through the S&P. We're going to talk about some news. We're going to talk about a couple other things. And then we'll get into the favorite topic that everybody loves, crypto. So that's kind of the deal. That's what I do every Thursday. We're going to stick to that routine. Maybe we'll delve into a little tiny itsy bitsy bit of politics, but only how it relates to the market. Nothing else. Okay? So don't get too excited or riled up. Okay. So as you can see here, well, first let's go to the news. Let me go to the news. Okay. Investor sentiment, nothing really here. Nothing interesting happening. Fear greed index on the market is hitting into the greed area. So we do want to be a little bit concerned. Greed is never good. Extreme greed is extreme, like worry. Greed is like, let's start to watch. Forex calendar. Let's see what's going on. So Yellen did speak today. Yeah, Secretary. No, wait, this is September. I'm not even in the right month. Wait a second. Let's go. let me go to the right month. Some random FOC guy spoke. Crude oil inventories came in below forecast. It was 1.8. Wow, way below. There must have been a movement in crude. Maybe we'll look at that later. I know Brian likes talking about crude, so I always kind of skip oil because I know Brian likes to talk about it. ECB press conference. Something must have happened here. Core retail sales came out. Whoa, way above. I don't know if I can believe these numbers anymore. I mean, between the employment situation being revised to like an extreme degree. Also, did you guys hear about how the crime statistics got revised? Before it was like negative 2% in 2022, and they revised it to plus 4.1%. That was huge. So I don't know how much this stuff matters. That's why I don't even bother paying attention to it most of the time. All right. Anyway, that's the random news stuff that may or may not matter. What I think does matter is fear and greed. Also, we have on. I'm not even signed in at the moment, but I wanted to show you crypto fear and greed quickly. Let's take a look at that. All right. Bitcoin sentiment. What are we looking at? You can ask questions about anything, Kevin. I will choose if I want to answer, but you can ask questions about anything. All right, greed also in crypto. A little bit concerning. Something to pay attention to. Okay, let's get back to the market. Weekly chart. I always like to start with the weekly chart and work my way down. All right, right off the top, red flag right here, TD9. You guys know how much TD789, how much I like to pay attention to Tom DeMark signals. A 9 on the weekly is a red flag. Now, does the market immediately react? No, but oftentimes you do at least get a pause. So right here, pause. Right here, pause. Right here, push higher and then big pullback. Right here, we got a little bit of a push higher and then a pullback. So you can see how there is a generally accepted effect. It would make sense for the market, honestly, to pause for the next 2 weeks and just oscillate going into the election. I don't see why that wouldn't happen. Why not wait? Markets don't like uncertainty. They want to wait, see who's elected, and then choose a direction. So be cautious over the next 2 weeks. That's kind of my message. Be cautious until the US election is over. We might range, and you might see a lot of extreme volatility within the range. But the weekly chart, RSI looks strong. This is the momentum indicators are very strong here. You know, I have my higher targets that I've talked about multiple times up here, 5,900, 6,000. Am I using the wrong? Oh no, it's just down here. Okay. So yeah, you can see I've got overlapping targets at this point. I've got an ABCD that points up here, right? So here's my ABCD, and then we extend it all the way up to here. It's 5,960. Pretty close. We haven't hit it yet. We've also got my 6,000 targets up here. Those might be hit. But right now with a TD8 on the daily, TD9 on the weekly, you can see 8 on the daily, 9 on the weekly, and we've also got an 8 on the 4-hour. I am not hopeful that in the near term the market is going to go to 6,000. I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. It'll be there's just no way that with a TD8 on the daily, the weekly, and the 4-hour, you're going to move higher. You're gonna at the best you're gonna stall. So don't go. My point is that if you trade options or leverage, do not go into any extreme leverage or long options at this time, because the likelihood of you moving higher is very, very low. You're literally sitting at a brick wall. There's a giant wall, okay, created by Trump and Kamala together that is saying do not pass here until one of us wins the election. That's basically it. See, I mixed in politics, but no conflict. I talked about both of them. I'm going to try to do that a couple times tonight. But still, as far as momentum indicators, uptrend, no doubt about that. Definitely an uptrend. I'm just saying pause. And we're at my 2.618 extension, right? So when we came to my 1.618, we paused, then we moved higher. We hit my 2.618. That's exactly what I expect to happen. So over the next couple days to weeks, this is what I expect to see. Something like this. And then maybe you get your push higher and then a dump back down. And then you're something like that. And then the election happens, right? We're at the election over here, somewhere over here. This is not, ignore this time scale. Maybe we get it before the election. And then we oscillate. And then what happens, whoever gets elected, that will matter. I do think the market will move. I don't know which direction, but you're going to have to react quickly to that. There's going to be a significant change depending on what happens there. That's the best I can say regarding that. We are in an uptrend, so I'm just saying pause and then maybe continuation after that. At least that's what it looks like as long as we continue on the current path. My only concern is what I talked about last. One of my big concerns as far as longer term view is the Fed pulling back on its bank term funding program. That is big, and it's something I've been following, and it seems like they are continuing to pull back on that. And in the past, that has caused market crashes. So I'm a little bit concerned about that and the engineering of a potential market crash. We'll go into it more next week. I think we have time. I will make a little special report about the bank term funding program and how I think it could affect markets and when. Drink some more water here. All right. So that's the S&P. Nothing else to say about it. I feel like I kind of beat that to death. Tesla finally rolled out the Optimus robot, and what happened? Yeah, this was Thursday last week. I think I talked about it a bit, but we'll talk about it again. What happened? The stock just dropped. Nothing really mattered. I think what's going on here is many people expected that event, so they placed option bets, puts and calls. And what's happening now is the market is saying F you to both of them. Just did nothing. That's max pain, is when a stock does, when everybody expects a stock to move, but it basically doesn't move at all. I mean, I would expect it to skyrocket after that. I thought it was a pretty good presentation. There's questions about were the robots controlled by humans or not. That I'm unsure, even myself. I mean, I listened to one video and it did seem like the voice responses, it didn't seem like it was AI to me. It seemed like a human. And there were videos being shown of like humans controlling them remotely from somewhere. Elon did not comment on it, which is odd. Which makes me think that, sometimes if you don't have a good answer and the only answer is bad, the best thing to do is say nothing. So the fact that he said nothing tells me that maybe they were controlled by humans, which is a little bit disappointing. But understandable. If the robots were like picking the drinks themselves and everything, then that's good, but not. I think they should have been clear, like, okay, well, the voice is controlled by humans, just so you know, so on and so forth. So as far as Tesla, right now, downtrend, but starting to cross over into potential uptrend. Weekly is still bullish. Not as bullish as I would like it to be. We've got this long-term trend line that I've been watching. I don't want to see a breakdown from this long-term trend line. If we break down, bear hell. I'm looking forward to a bounce. I want to see a bounce and a huge rally for Tesla. I don't think that's going to happen though, maybe until the market has to push higher for this to happen, and maybe we need a market crash first. Maybe you get a big pullback, a big flush, and then it'll head higher. I think the market doesn't believe the Optimus robot hype. I think the market wants to see them actually in real world action before the stock, goes to new highs. But it is very exciting and it is coming, and I think it's an important story to pay attention to, because if it works the way that Elon has talked about it working, I don't see how this stock can't take off. I mean, this is we have AI, and you had the chips, and you saw Nvidia take off. I expect Tesla to basically do a Nvidia if the robots work the way they say they should, and if they can get them at a low enough cost. Like I was reading an article where they were saying that instead of buying the robots, you could just rent them for like $5 an hour. And I could see a lot of companies potentially renting robots at $5 an hour, when right now they're paying employees like 15. I mean, that's a huge cost savings, especially when you can then run them 24/7, while an employee, they have to take breaks, so on and so forth. They get lazy, that kind of thing. So something to pay attention to. I'm just going to keep talking about it every week. Force you guys to pay attention. By the way, did you notice I'm wearing my Bitcoin altcoin trading talk shirt? Such an old show. We did it a while. It used to be very popular. I still love this t-shirt. Fits me perfectly. Okay, so there's that one. PayPal, we posted about in the room today in the Discord. I talked about this in the past. Also posted about in the Discord. Did not buy it myself. I'm hating myself for this. However, it's up quite a bit. It has a lot more to go. However, right now, the daily does look like it's rolling over. So I'm waiting for that pullback. I want to see a gap fill down here. I want to see a gap fill. I'm going to set an alert so I don't forget it again. I want to see a gap fill down to 73. And there's also a little baby gap right down here at 66. I would love to see a pullback. And then that opens the door for a potential buying opportunity. I mean, on the weekly chart, it looks really good. This is fantastic. Very good momentum. You can see it went through this downward wedge, broke out, created a W, and then we got our nice move higher. Now, if we look at this baby W, let's look at that baby W here. Let me decrease this a bit. Kind of like that. Yeah, so there's your 1.618. 2.618 would be here. Ultimate target at 100, right above these highs. That kind of makes sense. Take out the liquidations up here. So I would like to see either a tag here and then a pullback down to here. And then I can get my entry, and then we move up. And then we'll play in this area for a long time before we then eventually move higher to these potentially all-time high, previous all-time highs. My target is up here at around 255, 200, 255. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think this huge rise was all driven by COVID. I don't know if we're going to see that kind of rise again. That's going to be tough, because that was a very unique environment. Definitely probably 100 though. I would say 100 is a safe bet. So I'm going to try to re-enter down here in the $70 to $60 area. Have to wait for a pullback, and then wait for market structure to form, and then so on and so forth. You guys know, follow your trading plan, blah, blah, blah. Just keep it on your radar. It's a major stock, and it's something that I could see, giving a decent return. Okay. Let's look at bonds. While they're lowering interest rates, the thought is that treasury bonds should go up. However, they are pulling back right now. They're still above this original trend line. I'm keeping an eye on TLT. I would like to see a tag of like 91, even a little bit lower, to scare people before we then rocket higher. It's just pretty much consolidating at this point. And you've got a little bit of a W situation forming, and you could rally 50% up to 150 eventually. That's what I'm looking at. But I think, again, we've got to wait till after the election. But it's something, I'm just pointing it out as something to keep on your radar. It's not good on these higher time frames. The monthly looks good as far as MACD is concerned. It is bullish. But as you can see, RSI, everything is red. This is actually, this level of red is a short for me. So I would be cautious on any kind of longs in yet. But if you get a W here on the daily, I think you could take a trade. Just keep your stop tight. This is more of a fundamental trade more than anything else. Like I don't see how this can't go up if they're lowering interest rates. I just don't see how that doesn't happen. All right, hopefully that makes sense. What else do I want to talk about in stock plan? Let's talk about, I know that metals, guys, you guys are really interested in metals, right? You want to talk about gold or silver? Or Cotter was mentioning about platinum and palladium. I'll talk about silver first because I think it has a better upside. Oh, we have a 9 on the weekly. That's not good. And divergence with MACD. Bitcoin. Thin Air says Bitcoin. We will get to crypto. I know that everyone wants to talk about crypto. We will get to Bitcoin. I just have to go through some of this macro stuff. The biggest thing that affects Bitcoin is S&P 500. I talked about it. I said it's going to pause, possibly pull back here. That's probably going to affect Bitcoin. I don't like how silver is looking here. This is not great. It looks like it's rolling over. I wouldn't touch silver from the long side here. I would wait for a pullback. Probably it would make sense to pull back to down here. Take out, liquidate everyone that was long, get everybody scared. Base here and then head higher. So I'm looking for something like that on silver. I mean, obviously you have a breakdown right here. Oops, that is not even a straight line. Right there, daily breakdown. You know what? They have a straight line thing for a reason. Right there. So this is actually a short setup for me. And so I would consider this a range, and I would do something like this. Right? That's my range. And if I was going to short this, I would do something, this would be my trade. Here. Let's say I was going to do it right now. Where's my short position? All right, short here. Set my stop here if I want to be conservative. I've got high leverage. Might get stopped out. And then my take profit is here. So it's a 5.5 to 1 risk reward ratio trade. Not bad at all. 12% return with no leverage. But of course, if you're trading metals, you usually use leverage. So you could easily do 10x leverage and make 100% return. If you want to be safer, you go above these all-time highs for your stop. I don't think things are going to get there at all, but you end up in a kind of like a 2 to 1. You could even go to like a 2 to 1 risk reward ratio trade. I don't like trading with 2 to 1. I prefer like 4 to 1 or higher, but that does mean, you've got a much closer stop. So you just have to go to these lower time frames and time your entry a little bit better and look at the 1 hour, 15 minute to kind of time that perfect entry to then ride it down to this higher time frame target. Just my recommendation if you're trading with leverage. That's all. If you're trading flat and you're okay with like 10% return or something like that, then this is fine. And you just have a bigger stop so you don't get stopped out. That's all. And if you lose 5%. But if you win, you get 11%. So, it's all about your risk profile and your trading plan. All right, that's silver. Probably similar for gold. I mean, it's almost the same. Yeah, wow, gold really rallied a lot. This was my original target zone. 3.59 along with my ABCD. We basically hit these original targets. Look at that. You've got a breakdown that happened on the weekly. You're oversold. It's recovered. It looks better than I thought it would. This is on a daily chart. Daily breakdown. This would be the original short, so reversal. This touch on the other side, that is actually a short setup for me. Wow, 7 coming in on the weekly. The weekly is very strong for gold. Very strong. Wow, incredible on this monthly. So the original monthly range, the target is up here at 3,000. You can see I took this range. We tagged the 1.618. We tagged the 2.618. We're at the 3.59. We're almost done with this rally. 3,000 is the target. If you want any hope of getting in, I would pray for some kind of pullback here. But again, time it on this lower time frame. Like this 4 hour, you need to see a breakdown in this 4 hour before you consider any shorts. Until this breaks down, it's going to go higher. But this is a serious resistance zone, 3.59. If it pulls back, I could see something like this and then push higher. It hasn't hit the ultimate target. It's got to get up here. This is the BFRN 3000. Maybe you front run it 2,900, something like that. I could easily see that happening. I'm surprised at how fast this moved. Damn. Go back to that monthly chart. Look at that monthly chart. I mean, I guess the breakout technically was here in March. So you had April, May, June, July, August, September of like bull. In leverage, I mean, how much of a move was this? 20%. It's pretty good. Even if you're just in spot, 20% that's not bad. If you had leverage, it's like 200%. Crazy, but also not a surprise at all. There you go, gold. That's what I expect. And final target is 3,000. And next target, if we get through 3,000, is then 4,000. So hopefully that's helpful. It is the biggest price move in gold in almost. And I guess you had your double here, and now you're getting just a 50%. So I guess you did have from 2018 and 2020, you did have a doubling of gold price. And now it could move higher. Silver is really lagging in that case. Okay, I'm just rambling. Hello, Nick. Welcome. 37 people. Nice. I would love to get over 40. I want to get to 50. My goal is to get to 50. Fingers crossed we can do it. Maybe when I start talking about crypto. Whenever I start talking about crypto, the numbers go up. I don't know why. Okay. We're going to start talking about crypto. Let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin monthly chart. Remember, I always start at the highest chart. Bitcoin. I'm going to say Bitcoin a couple times for the algo. See, look, I've already got another viewer, 38. It just, as soon as I mention Bitcoin, it goes higher. I don't know why. Yeah, just in time, Nick. Oh, we're back to 37. How sad. Okay, so on a monthly chart, are we bullish? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Is it bullish? What is happening here? Any opinions? No? Yes, Kevin. All right, I'm glad Kevin is paying attention. It's only a matter of time, right? Only a matter of time. That's all this is, just a bull flag. And actually, if you look at the monthly, it looks like our RSI already broke out. Yeah, Kevin, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think it's gonna happen. Honestly, I don't. I don't see it happening before the election. Hello, Mr. Biomass. Welcome. Glad to have you. Well, I'm in a new location. I have my cold plunge here. You know, just talking to all the nice people watching. Hope you're doing well. So on a monthly, very bullish. Everyone knows that. Bull flag, blah, blah, blah. Let's go to a weekly chart. This is your weekly. Oh, a lot of people got extremely, extremely excited and extremely bullish in the past week. For good reason, myself included. Because this is a big move that just happened. I want to do one thing really quick. So if this is basically my ABCD estimate, by the way. We will go to the very low time frames on crypto, by the way. We're gonna get into the minuscule stuff down to what I expect to happen in the next couple hours. Okay, so if you care about even in the next couple hours, just keep watching. I'm so tired of this channel. Pikachu, it's good to see you. Why are you tired of this? Not this. You don't mean the YouTube channel. You mean the Bitcoin channel. That made me laugh. Okay, ABCD target, by the way, is at goes to 99,000. What a surprise. Nobody is surprised by that, right? Well, look, we're at 40. You see Bitcoin. As soon as everyone hears Bitcoin, it just explosion. So ABCD target is at 100,000. I'm gonna get rid of this because you guys all know. Maybe, you know what? No, I'll just get rid of it for now. It's fine. Everyone knows. But people got super excited on crypto Twitter and everywhere because Bitcoin was going up in the last week, and myself included, because this RSI channel crossed over, right? This is bullish having this crossover. Now it happened a couple weeks ago, actually, when this movement right here back in September, mid-September. I have no idea if that target is the last leg up. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I evaluate as we go. As I get more information, we evaluate further. That's like asking me if someone who has stage 2 cancer is going to move to stage 3, and I haven't even seen them yet or done a scan. You know what? That's a terrible analogy. Ignore that. Ignore that. It doesn't make sense. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it depends on the current administration, what happens, blah, 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 elections. Okay, so MACD has not crossed over. Look at this. There is probably so many people watching this right here. Watch for this crossover. Set an alert. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Add an alert. Okay, MACD crossing. We're just going to say crossing. No, not the histogram. MACD crossing the other MACD signal. Okay, so if these two cross, I want an alert. Let's rename this. Alert. Emergency. MACD crossing BTC US dollar. Okay, we'll do that. So there's my signal. Yeah, I just have default settings. That's it. Nothing special, nothing fancy. My RSI is very fancy, but the MACD is literally just default. I don't even use it that much. I mostly just look at the histogram to see for divergence. Sometimes MACD shows divergence in the histogram that RSI doesn't show. That's the only reason I have it. Literally the only reason. Okay, so look at this. Let's go to, we're going to move down. We're going to keep moving down the time frames. Look at how the chart totally transformed. Now I went to a daily. As you can see here, there's a blockade, okay? This wall is stronger than any current wall that the US has to keep illegal immigrants out, okay? This is a very strong wall. It's not much competition, obviously. And it's saying Bitcoin you shall not pass. That's what it's saying. And I am not sure if this will be broken before the election. Bitcoin and the rest of the market might be waiting for that. A TD7 coming in, that's not a good sign. So you've got, let's go through what the bulls have going for them and what the bears have going for them, okay? On the bear side, you have a massive wall created here, this trend line. Everyone is watching this trend line, okay? Some people have drawn it in a little bit different. I've looked on crypto Twitter. I've looked in some other rooms. Some people were like modifying it to show that Bitcoin already broke out. It didn't. Okay, so that's bear point number 1. Bear point number 2. You have divergence on the daily MACD. You have potential. It's not confirmed, but you do have a lower high being made. See that? Price made a higher high, but MACD did not. MACD is not confirming the move. Did have a good amount of volume that came in. But so that's bear point number 2. Bear point number 3, you've got Tom DeMark on a 7. That's not good. Anytime you got a 7, 8, and 9, price seems to pause or reverse. See here, see here, see here, see here. All these times. Plenty of scenarios. The fourth thing, let me see, is there any other bear stuff? You have this telling me 6 potential divergences. This is just detecting how many indicators are divergent, like momentum indicators. So there's 6. That's pretty high on a daily chart. That's not good. Okay, now that's 4. Take a look at liquidations really quick on the weekly. I'm not saying that this always works, but it's something good to pay attention to. You have a massive amount of liquidations down here at the 62K area. If we go back to the chart, 62K area is right here. It would make sense to take that out. I mean, I'm not surprised that there's a lot of... If it wicks down here, it might as well go to 58. Like, I don't see why not. Why don't you go down to there? But not a lot of liquidations down there. Let's go to like a 1 month chart. It's good to look at the different time frames. Chinese. Yes, blame the Chinese. So 58K, yeah, you can see a good amount. Not as much as there are on the higher time frame. And then let's look at like 12 hour, 24 hour. So 12, you've got the 66K. I mean, you kind of, this was taken out before I was expecting this to happen. So we hit that like 6666 level. And we bounced pretty hard from that. That wasn't a surprise. There were a good amount of liquidations there. Well, that happened earlier today. But you still got it, 66,500. So that's something I'm watching. Another thing that I like to look at is the liquidation map. So I'll show you how I use this. 44 people watching. I want to get six more people. Oh, my computer is like freezing. Why is it freezing? I'm going to close some of this. Close the calendar. Okay. So I like to look at this one, by the way. So this one only shows you Binance. I like to use the lower one so I can see all of the exchanges. See, it is Binance, OKX, Bybit. I think it's more useful. Now on the bear side, we've got liquidations 1 billion if the price moves down. I like to look like what happens if the price moves down 2K. So if we move down 2K on the bear side, you get 1 billion in liquidations. If we move up 2K, 69,250, you actually get 1.6 billion. That's interesting. Before, it was very lopsided before we did this flush to 66K. So interesting to see that on the daily. Better to push it to the upside. They've only got to move it up. You have almost 1 billion in liquidations if they move it up just 1,000 points. Let me go to a 7-day. Oh, here 66. Let's go to 65,300. 2 billion in liquidations. And if you go to the upside, 69,300, you've got about 2 billion. So pretty much equal on the 7-day. But you can see if it goes lower, if it goes down to like that. Remember we were talking about that on the weekly chart. If we go back down to that 62K area, I believe it was 62K. Yeah, 62K area. There's a lot of liquidations. I think the 7-day chart kind of justifies that. So that's down here, right? What was the number again? 62K. Right here, 62K. So you've got about 6 billion in liquidations if we go down to 62K. But on the upside, even you went to 75, you've only got 2.6. It really shuts down and rolls over. So there's the argument for moving to 62K. Okay, there's a lot of liquidations if they go that low. I'm not sure if they will. 62K, it's basically the same on the 30-day, right? If you go to like 62, it's like 4 or 6 billion. On the upside, there's basically no liquidations. It'll just go straight up. I don't know why they wouldn't. Why not go after the liquidations? Like, if we can agree that the market makers control the price and they make money from people getting liquidated, why not do that? Hello, GLS. Welcome. October was definitely anything that becomes a popular meme, you should probably just do the opposite or don't pay attention to it at all. It's normally doesn't happen. So hopefully that makes sense, and this is something you should pay attention to. I'm not saying it's always right. Just use it as part of your trading tool belt. So we got our move to 66K, which I was talking about a lot, and we got an extreme bounce, more than I expected. The interesting thing to pay attention to is, so there's kind of the bear case. The bull case is the fact that the weekly broke out and MACD is about to cross. It looks really good on a weekly for a move higher. It really does. If you didn't have that trend line and you didn't have a 7 coming in on the daily, then I would say that, you're definitely going higher if I ignore the weekly. But on the daily, it just doesn't look great. And the fact that the normal market is kind of like topping out, doesn't look great. What I do like is in a real Bitcoin rally, all the money flows into Bitcoin and all kind of either flow down or they just kind of stay still. Look at BTCD, and I posted this in the Discord. BTCD is just going up. The money is flowing into Bitcoin. It's just up, 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 up. And until this breaks down understand that Bitcoin will, not necessarily in percentage terms, but Bitcoin will over time, if you just look at the chart, for the majority of coins, Bitcoin will outperform. Yeah, exactly, Pikachu. That's what I'm saying. So Bitcoin BTCD keeps rising. That's why when you look at altcoins like Solana, look at this. This looks like crap. Look at Optimism. Looks like these are obviously the coins that I follow. It looks like crap compared to Bitcoin. All these look like crap compared to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes up, they go up. However, if you've noticed, they haven't, especially the past 2 days. Look at BTCD the past few days. See this big rise right here? People are expecting Bitcoin to break out. So they're taking their capital and it's going into Bitcoin. Okay, BTC. And out of alts. They're just rotating it in because they're expecting that breakout. So you get the breakout in Bitcoin, and then once the news will start talking about Bitcoin breakout once it goes past all-time highs. So when you're in 80, 90K, that's when the news cycle starts. And then you'll see things like Ethereum and the old blue chips go higher. So that'll happen. And then Bitcoin should go to the 100K area. And then people will really get excited. And that's when you can see the altcoins start to catch up. That's kind of the scenario. You're not going to get the same amount of returns from Bitcoin as you can from altcoins. Altcoins are where the returns are. But you can get close if you use leverage with Bitcoin. But obviously that's a dangerous game. So you decide how you want to play that. Benjamin, all right, what did you say, human? Benjamin Cohen or whatever his name is says it will stay in Bitcoin until dominance hits 60. I wonder why 60. What is there at 60? So you actually hit a major resistance here. There's multiple levels. So this is kind of a major resistance zone right here. We're basically at one. And the next one is pretty much, I want to move this down a little bit. Pretty much right here. 60, 61, 60. So I can see why he might pick that level. That's a big resistance zone. These are different. You can see how price played in this area. This is the last resistance zone. So we're here and then here. This is kind of the resistance zone. It makes sense. I don't disagree with him. Yeah, I mean, last cycle, back in 2020, we went all the way up to 72. So, yeah, it could happen. I could even apply a ABCD to, or not an ABCD, a chaos to this. I don't know if it will work as well, but see, there was a chaos tag. There's a chaos tag where we sat there for a while. Keep in mind, this is a weekly chart, but we just keep breaking out and moving higher and higher. I don't know how valuable that is. You could even say that this was like a W, right? Like that. And that's just crazy. It's saying we would go to like 80%. It's too much. It's too high. I don't think we're going to get that far. But this is something you want to watch. This is how you know when this starts trending down, that's when you want to consider altcoins. But for now, it's just straight up. Look at this monthly. This monthly is just insane. Really, you want to do it when the monthly breaks down. But right now, it's just up only. So Bitcoin will outperform. The money is flowing into Bitcoin. Until this breaks down, the money is not going to go into alt. Not in a big way. You're going to deal with these oscillations and stuff like that. And things are not going to perform as you expect. Like these altcoins look really crappy. Bitcoin looks okay. Let's keep going down with these time frames. So 8-hour time frame right here. This is basically a breakdown. However, it's still in the bull zone. It is breaking down, but like on a 4-hour, for example, this is a breakdown right here, and MACD is broken down, and you've got resistance here. However, it's hard for price. It's difficult for price to break down too much because MACD, RSI, everything is very strong. Weekly, monthly charts are strong. When you get something like this, price does not react to the lower time frames as much. You kind of just mostly get a consolidation. So keep an eye on this 4-hour because yes, we can get a pullback, but I don't think it's, I will be I admit I'll be surprised if we can get down to the 62K level. There's a reason to get there. I showed you there's the liquidations. Exchanges have a motivation, but I don't know if it's going to actually happen because of those higher time frames being so strong. But if you wanted to short this, I mean, it's an easy play, right? Just boop, short right here, stop above the highs, and you go down to 62K, right below this low, right there. Actually, you could just go to here if you want to be conservative. 62,800 is fine. And it's a 4-to-1 risk reward trade. 7% return. I mean, with leverage, 10x, you get 70%. Or you get out, you get hit by 12% if you're wrong and we go up. It's up to you. But just know you are betting against higher time frames. For me personally, I am long spot, and I am using any pullback as an opportunity to look for market structure and then go long on leverage. That's all I'm doing. That's how I modify my portfolio. Otherwise, I'm basically just long. I'm just holding long. In my personal portfolio, I will use leverage when I see a good position to the upside, but I am not shorting and I'm not selling spot positions. I'm just holding. Yeah, I just don't want to mess with it. I don't want to miss it. I'm using margin only as my trading positions, but I'm not shorting. I'm basically playing long side only because I don't like to fight against the trend. And this weekly is just, this is clear wanting to go bull. The monthly is bullish. This is obviously just a consolidation. I don't want to be caught playing the wrong side. That's all. I have longs at the bottom of daily channel, so I don't have to day trade and be all stressed out. Yeah, that's perfect. That's what you want. If you can get longs at the bottom, then that's great. And then you just set your stop basically break even. That's what you want to. The BTC dominance raise shouldn't move it lower. The raise in BTC dominance would move BTC higher. The higher that goes, the more money is in Bitcoin versus altcoins. Yeah, you have to be careful. So that's Bitcoin. Those are my thoughts. You guys have any questions? Anything you want me to go into more, or has that, hopefully that's explained it on all the different time frames. I mean, I can go lower, but I don't know how useful that's going to be. Like, this is a 15-minute time frame. But I don't think anything below an hour is really that useful. I don't like to use it. Like, this was your little breakout, and now it's looking like if it wants to reverse, you could go to a 5-minute. Like, this is kind of divergence coming in, right? So starting to break down. Oh, you could take a short here and then short down to here. Something like that. That's like on a super low time frame, but I don't recommend anything below an hour. We can talk about altcoins. I mean, I've been watching like Total 2, for example. Total 2 is basically everything except for Bitcoin. And you can see how this clearly broke down on a 4-hour chart. And if we look at a daily, the daily does not look nearly as bullish. Look at this. This is a daily Bitcoin chart, and this is a daily Total 2. Do you guys see the difference? I'm gonna add Bitcoin to this chart. Look at that. And let's make this line. Let's make it a bit bigger. And we'll make it yellow. All right. So look at this. There's obviously a price generally follows, but you can see how here you had the pullback and Bitcoin moved higher, but it moved quite a bit higher than you did with alts, like significantly more. Maybe I separate these. You know what? I just wanted to show that quickly. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't want it to confuse people. So this chart does not look nearly as good. I'm not as confident in alts. Yeah, these higher time frames have broken down like 4-hour. I can't get excited or do any kind of leverage long trades until I see this 4-hour reverse. Until that happens, I'm kind of just waiting on the sidelines in my spot positions. Not even on a 1-hour, you could draw this. See, still in a downtrend, still looking crappy. I want to see more of a flush, and then I can consider getting back in on some like margin long trades. Right now, I'm just spot long. Yeah, just to fool people, Pikachu. Okay, so now we can look at altcoins. What altcoins you guys want to look at? Actually, you know what? Kevin, you want to take your time now to look at coins? If you want to look at coins now, you can take your time. If you want to talk about personal stuff, we'll do it at the end. I don't see the point of doing it now. So you just let me know. I'm watching the chat. Well, while Kevin's waiting, while Kevin's looking to respond, I will talk about some coins. I'm watching Solana, Rune, okay, Rune Render. All right, so let's start with Rune. Okay, short. Rune and Render. Good picks. Sjord's favorites. So Rune has an 8 on the weekly, unfortunately. That's obviously not a good thing. It's bearish on all these time frames except for the weekly and the daily, and those just barely bullish. MACD looks okay, but this is crap. Not feeling great about this. It's kind of just oscillating and sitting here. I mean, you kind of know that it's similar. It's gonna do what the total 2 is. I don't see it as anything particularly special. I mean, I understand the fundamentals are good. I know that. But I don't, every single time a 7, 8, or 9 has come in here, every time it just got hit lower, right? Boom, lower, boom, lower. This time it paused for 2 weeks before moving higher. This time back here it paused. This time it got hit lower. So don't expect, I mean, this kind of goes along with my thesis for the market, right? Don't expect Rune to do this in the next 2 weeks. I think it's going to sit here at best. At best, it's going to sit and do nothing. I don't like seeing this 7, 8, and 9 here. On a daily chart, you do have a bit of a breakdown. Right, like this. But it's just kind of oscillating here. I hate trading when the RSI is around the center. I hate trading. I hate it because it just means you're in a range. So what you have to do is you have to say, okay, right now I'm not in a trending environment. I'm in a range, and you trade it like a range. So if we want to trade Rune like a range, what do? Well, I'll give my little tutorial that I've given before. You look at, so here's we'll go through a couple. So here we know, by now we know Rune is in a range. All right, so we take this low and we take this high right there. And then you just short from the approximate high, you wait for some kind of turn on the lower time frame, and you say my take profit will be at 0.786 and 88.6. It didn't tag 88.6, but you could have gotten out at 786. And then you go long. You just switch it, and you do the same thing on the other side. And you go, okay, fibs, like this, and boom. We tag 61.8. So this time you didn't get to 786, you got to 61.8. If you're more conservative, you take profit at 61.8, you watch how price develops, and then you decide if you're going to exit on the second part of the move when divs start to form. And then you switch it again, right? It's literally this easy. This is how you trade a range. And this time we went to 61.8 and 786. Again, look at how perfectly it hits it every time. It's ridiculously easy. Now, in this case, you broke out of the range, right? So you would have done this, and the range would have gotten broken out of, but at least you would have been long, and you would have taken your profits at 78.6, and then it would have moved a bit higher. Now, we're moving to the other side of the range. So you just do this, right, like that. And we're at 61.8 already. So now you look for a move. Could we potentially go to 78.6 or 88.6? These are your zones, 483 and 475. Those are the zones I'd look for, and I'd watch market structure to see what to do on a lower time frame. If you're talking higher time frames, I think nothing crazy is going to happen for the next couple of weeks. I would just sit on your toes, but if you want to trade this on lower time frames with leverage, that's how I would do it. I would keep watching these lower time frames to see, are we going to get a reversal? Like, there's potential we could get a reversal right here. So if we get a breakout from this, then you can long it. But there's also the potential that it could go a little bit lower. I usually look liquidation map, so you can do it for Rune because it's has leverage. Did we take out all the liquidation? We didn't. So you've got liquidations all the way down to like 4.8. Look at a 24-hour. Yeah, 4.8 liquidations, 48-hour. I'm looking at Rune because Kevin asked me to look at Rune. I actually wasn't going to talk about Rune today, but Kevin asked me to, so we talk about it. And I trade Rune personally. So there you go. So 4.8 to 4.82, that's kind of like the level. I would expect them to take this out first. 4.8. And that aligns right here. Look at 78.6 is 4.82, 4.83. So it should tag it. This would be, so it should come down here, put in a little W, and then go up. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen with Rune. Stamp, you know, I don't know what I, knock on wood, that's what I expect to happen. And yes, I blame Kevin. Okay, so the next thing you wanted to look at was render. Let's see, render. It's kind of the same, right? I mean, it's a little bit weaker, but it's the same kind of oscillation, right? So if we go to a weekly, at least it doesn't have a 7 on the weekly like Rune did. And this MACD looks like crap. Everything is red on this. I mean, nothing really looks good here. I mean, this could make another leg down. I mean, that's how bad it looks. This is actually a breakdown, and this is super negative. This one is a lot worse than Rune, to be honest. Rune, I'm still leaning bearish, but render looks like crap. I don't like this. It almost looks like a bear flag in a way. Let's look at the liquidation heat map for this one. Can you even do? Yeah, they have it. No, you wanted to talk about coins. We're not talking about dating. You had one choice. You could pick coins or personal life. You picked coins. All right, so render liquidations down at 5.13. Let me go a little bit lower. Yeah, Pikachu, I mean, that's the name of the game. That's trading. That's trading. You know, things do nothing, make you miserable for most of the year. And then 2 weeks, they go crazy. And that's it. That's trading. You spend your whole time waiting for those 2 weeks, which is why I always recommend to not do only trading as your profession. You should do other things, run other businesses. Just set your alerts to stay occupied. Keep checking. You have to keep checking. You have to be consistent. It's just like going to the gym. You have to be consistent. Go watch my previous daily brief. Go watch the ending where I talk about the importance of consistency. Yeah, so it looks like liquidations down to like 5.1 level. Right here, I actually would have thought it would be lower. Kind of surprised by that. Really surprised at the lack of, you do have a 9 on the 4-hour here. This is an interesting one. I think in the short term, you're going to tag like this. They'll tag 5.1 just to hit these liquidations right here. I don't even know if they have to go to 5.1, maybe just 5.11. They'll tag these liquidations, and then I think it could move up. I don't like how it looks on a weekly chart, but if Bitcoin heads higher, I don't see why everything, I mean, render included, why it wouldn't head higher. But in the short term, yeah, just the 5.11 tag. If I didn't have the liquidations, I would say lower. I would lean towards lower, but looking at that liquidation map, it doesn't look like it needs to go lower. Let me do this. Let's look at this really quick. Let's look at render here. Obviously, for crypto, I rely on this a lot. I think it's important. 30-day, there really isn't much. It seems like the liquidations are to the upside. A lot of people are short. 6.2. Yeah, really not a lot. The bulk of the liquidations are right here. So it tapers off at about 5.07. Remember, the market doesn't go for every liquidation. They just go for the most that they can. It's efficient. So yeah, 5.9, 5.10, I would say. Oh, on the 7-day, it's interesting. Maybe you go to 5. But on the upside, you have a lot of liquidations to the upside, up to 550. I mean, obviously, a lot of people see the poor performance of render, and they're short. So 5.4, you could get a short squeeze to 5.4 area. It's micro moves. I don't know how much you guys are interested in these micro moves, but on a weekly, render looks like crap. I wouldn't bet the farm on it. All right, hopefully that helped, Kevin. Another one that I will talk about is optimism. I always talk about optimism every week. Weekly chart looks quite a bit better than render, but you still got that 7-8 that's coming in, so not good. Another potential pause or pullback that could come in from that. You're welcome. So be careful over the next couple weeks coming into the election. The daily doesn't look great here. 4 hour, not great. Bear. Okay, everything looks like it wants to go lower. We can look at the liquidation tab, heat map, optimism. You guys want to look at any meme coins? Do you guys like Popcat or anything like that? I know Popcat's a big one. Big liquidations at 1.64. Yeah, 1.65. I mean, I think, Richard, if you're a little lady, you can, but on a higher time frame chart, I just don't think it looks great. Yeah, 1.65. So optimism, 1.65 pullback. I think you'll get a pause there. I don't think it'll go beyond that. If you're looking at entering like leverage positions, I'm actually going to set an alert if we get like 1.66. Oh, that's what I'm watching for that one. Yeah, I would just be careful, Richard. If there's potential pullbacks, I mean, you can, but I think there might be better coins. Like Rune is better. I think Optimism is better. Why do I like something like Optimism? It's at only 1.7, and before it was at 4.5. So that, if you can get even just a little bit of a pullback and get in, I mean, that's nearly a 200% move. I think it's a lot bigger and a lot better. You want to try to target those higher percent moves. Another one that I've been watching that was very strong and didn't have much pullback was this CELO coin. Back in 2021, it went up to $7, and I've noticed that it didn't pull back that much in the recent moves. So I'm looking for a pullback and then eventually a move higher with this CELO coin. I'm not sure about the fundamentals stuff, to be honest. I just know that it was strong in the face of a lot of pullbacks, which means that people know something. So there's a lot of demand for it. Trump launched his token. Yeah, I don't like that Trump launched a token. I like a lot of Trump's policies and things he talks about, and I like a lot of the podcasts that he's going on. I don't like that he launched a token. I'll be honest, I don't like it. I think it was kind of cringe and felt like a sort of money grab. I don't know. I didn't really look into it, but I did not like that Trump did that. But it's not as bad as the Kamala Harris interview that happened on Fox yesterday. I mean, that was so bad and so cringe. I didn't even make it through the whole thing. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And If you listen to Brett Baier, he said that Kamala's handlers actually stopped the interview and like pulled her out. He said it. He said that they literally stopped it and pulled her out because it was just so bad. There's a lot of talk of Trump and her both going on Joe Rogan. I don't see Kamala Harris going on Joe Rogan. I just don't see it happening. After that Fox interview, I don't. There's no benefit to her doing that. I think Trump will do it. I know Trump just did a. I don't know if you guys know PBD, Patrick Bet David on Value Entertainment. I know that Trump just did an interview with him, so I think that actually came out already. I think it's out. Is it out? Let me see. Wait, let's check. PBD value. Let's see. Trump PBD. Yeah, so it's out. You guys actually can watch it. Just type in PBD Trump. That is probably a good interview. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna watch it, probably when I go into bed. So that just came out. But I'm interested to see Trump on Rogan. Yeah, Value Entertainment. Look, so you can see Solana's already rolling over. So just don't look. The whole. If you're gonna take anything from this stream, it's tame the bullish enthusiasm, please. Don't understand that being long spot is good, and Bitcoin at any point could break out. Like that can happen. However, be careful with these altcoins because they could dump a bit. They don't look good on these lower time frame charts. They just don't. Weekly looks good though. So weekly, if you're trading on margin, this is really for people on margin. If you're on spot, I think you're fine. Like this on a weekly chart, this is bullish, right? So this is a bullish cross for Solana. And where do I expect Solana to go if it breaks out? If there's a breakout for Solana, their ABCD target points to right here. 300. You get a double. You get a double with Solana. 300 target. Yeah, you guys like talking. You guys actually like talking about politics. Oh. Well, where's the question is where on this chart is RW? Like what is the range? If this is the range here, then 300 actually isn't the ultimate. 400 is. That's the real question. What is the range? And if that's the range, and it's a big range, then the target is 400, and things are going to get really fucking crazy. What kind of return is that from right here? Boom, 200%. It's nice. That would be nice. 750. 750s. Look, my max target, if I really want to be extreme, I take this whole range from here to here. Max target is 560. I don't know where you got 750 from or what you're smoking, but that's too much. I think my conservative target right here of this range, 440 is good. I can see 300 being a major move though. You can see how it lines up with my 2.618. So you'll likely see something like this. It'll tag here, it'll reverse, it'll sit here for a bit. We'll push up to 2.618. We'll sit in this area for a while. That's when you're going to get your first major pullback. And then we're going to get the final blow off top up to here. That's it. That's what's going to happen. Screenshot this. Let's see 6 months to a year from now. Let's see. Screenshot it. Go ahead. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, Chainlink. Wow, we're really talking about boomer coins. Okay. I'll do only a couple more, guys, and then I think I'm gonna call it because the number of viewers is dropping off. I don't like to see that number below 40. If it goes below 40, I'm like, well, what am I doing here? How do we make these streams go more viral? What do I have to do? How do I get 50 viewers? I'm open to comments on Discord about how I can get 100 people to watch me talk about random coins. Maybe I need to post on Twitter. So link weekly. Same thing. Breakout on the other side of the weekly. It's looking good. Still bearish, but for RSI, like, it's decent. It looks okay. I know I have personally, like a couple of years ago, worked with Chainlink. They are a good company. At least they were back then. I don't know. They probably had to make some cuts. So who knows now. On a daily, you know, it looks okay. Not amazing, not terrible. I've got a lot of squiggles here. There was your downtrend line it broke out of. It's just kind of oscillating, waiting. Like, when do I want to move higher? Go back to a weekly. I think you really need to use a weekly chart to talk about some of these. I bet we can. Is it back in reload zone? I guess this is the reload zone. Let me see here. Yeah, so tag 78.6. You're basically in this whole area is pretty much your buying zone. So you are in the zone where it should, where you do want to reload. Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at once. Oh, all right. Maybe I'll do that. I like that idea. Chris, write that down if you're listening. StreamYard, live, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at once. Not a bad idea. Thank you, Mr. Eskimo. Let's see here. So if this is your, this is kind of your range for Link. If we do break higher, something like that could happen where you go up to 24. I don't see Link as like a big player here. I think you'll get, it'll be just like all the other kind of boomer coins at this point where you get like 100% return. I think Solana will do better because it's a major chain, but I think you're not going to get anything crazy. You get 100% return. I don't see the hype for it. Just don't see it. You could do a little ABCD. Yeah, and you get to like 25. That's it. That's it. You got to understand that there is only one Bitcoin, and there's only one Ethereum. There's only one Solana. These are major coins that serve a purpose. They run a network, and on those networks, unlimited coins are created. And those unlimited coins are almost like printing money, where the more coins that are created, the more the liquidity gets spread out. And that's the problem. It's so easy to create coins today. Coins being created everywhere. And then the money is just it's just being spread out, and that's causing less money to flow into like legacy type coins, more money to flow into just Bitcoin. That kind of thing creates a problem. And it is why as coins have become easier to create, it's been harder to find coins to buy. Like 2017, 2018, nobody was making coins. It was not easy to do. Most people couldn't do it. So that, like any altcoin you bought did very well because the liquidity was like every coin got a good amount of liquidity. And then in 2020, it was still a little bit hard, but not that hard. And now it's just crazy. Everyone can just press 2 buttons and you make a coin. You can tell ChatGPT, make me a coin, and probably ChatGPT can do it. It's just too easy. And it even back then, like NFTs, you had to like actually get someone to do the artwork and stuff. Now you can tell AI to make the NFT artwork. So NFTs, other than the blue chips, I don't know how much value they have going forward, or unless they're related to some type of game. I heard about, by the way, a game, Off the Grid. Look up Off the Grid. Apparently that's becoming very popular. And it's a blockchain game that a lot of people are talking about. I don't know. I don't think it has a coin yet, but you can get like the items, and maybe in the future the items will be worth something. It's a gamble. So who knows? When will lending platforms make a comeback? We need BitConnect 2.0. I don't know. I mean, Rune is basically a lending platform. It's that's what it is. I mean, you deposit your Bitcoin and you can take out as collateral, and you can take out things. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my understanding of Rune and the value proposition from Rune. So, yeah. Did you guys want me to look at any other coins? PBD, blah, blah, blah. No, Nope, nothing. Link. We looked at Link. I mean, I think I've kind of talked about everything. Hard USDT. Okay, so that's actually a coin. Hard. It's better not bring up a picture of like something weird. Okay. Oh, this is a coin that's been around for a while, huh? You're welcome, Mr. Toshi. Hmm. Well, RSI looks like shit on every time frame. So that's just bear. This is bear to me. Nothing looks great here. I don't know what this coin does. I've never heard of it. I don't like how this looks at all on any time frame. I could easily see you going back down here to 9 or 8 cents. None of this, there's nothing bullish about this. I mean, you had a slight crossover here, but it's looking like it's crossing back down. You need to see your daily and weekly RSI go above 50 before I can really get long-term bullish on this. As long as it's in the red, I can't make the case to be a bull on this coin. If you really like it, you can buy down here, I guess. Right here, 8 cents, 9 to 8 cents. So you'd kind of set a buy like this in this area and set your stop below the lows. And then whatever you want your target to be. So like that would be your kind of your trade. But I right now I wouldn't touch it. I don't think it doesn't get me excited. All right, there's your definitely not hard for hard. That's for sure. Couldn't resist. Had to say that. Hello USDT. All right, sure. Hello. You know what? I'm going to talk about PopCat first. We're going to do PopCat and then I'll do hello. So PopCat's got a weekly 8 that came in. Not good. Not good. Don't like it. And a 3-day is fine. On a daily, it's got a pullback, but it's still bullish. So you've got a nice uptrend on PopCat. The question is, where could PopCat go? So you kind of had a W like here for PopCat, right here. Oops. Do something like this. Do those line up? Not really. That lines up. That lines up. All right. So because this arbitrary drawing of a range, which kind of is like that, actually it makes sense. This is your range. Lines up 1.618, 2.618. Likely your final target is up here for 2.3 for PopCat. I could see that happening. And it's in an uptrend until this kind of breaks down. Until you break down through this trend heuristic, 20 SMA. You can see on the daily chart, PopCat has not, since beginning of September, broken below the 20 moving average. So, you know, it's not bad. And this could be a potential W area that could break out to like this up here, 230, 250, 230 area. So it could offer a double potentially in the future. PopCat is one that I think looks decent, and you could even take a trade just from like the 120 level and target essentially your double, and then put a stop down here like below $1. Okay, just wanted to share that one for memes. Oh, hello. Oh, look at that chart. Well, on a weekly, it's turned around. That's for sure. Oh, it really... Huh. Was this a meme coin or what was this, Grega? Monthly has a 9 that came in. I don't see that every day. That's good. I don't know how much it matters, but it's good. It's a game. And what does the game do? Is this like the coin that gets issued in the game? Like Rogan Joe. I like that. Rogan joking. Is this a coin that gets issued in the game? Like why did it go down so fast? Yeah, I got destroyed. I mean, it's turned on the weekly. Daily looks decent. I don't like that a 9 has come in. I think it's fine maybe to consider it when it rolls over a bit, but I can't say it's a buy now, and I don't know how high this can go. So there you go. I don't like something that went down this much. Like this is I mean, how much of a decline is this? From the highs to now, 90, almost 92%. The low was 92%. So this is down 92%. I mean, the good thing is it can't really go down much more. So if you buy it here, you can't. I mean, the most, let's say you put a stop at the lows, the most you can lose is like 23%. Not bad. I guess it's not bad. Shiba, Pepe, and Doge. Hello Labs is the future of crypto, creating TV shows, games, NFTs, and much more. The ecosystem is built on Hello, allowing exclusive access to Watch Hour. Yeah, I think I remember him mentioning this. Yeah. Okay. What happened to CRV? CRV, let's see. Whoa, that's poop. I don't know, but it doesn't look like it's doing anything, so I'm gonna skip it. It's too boring. Shiba, Pepe, and Doge. Okay, Pepe apparently has been getting huge volume. Not just huge. This was some trade I posted before. Monthly chart had a 9 come in. Weekly looks oversold on multiple time. I mean, not weekly, but RSI shows multiple time frames oversold. Everything's pointing down still. Well, I had a buy here, it looks like, with a stop below the lows. So far my buy from the last time I talked about it is working. It looks like beginning of October. So you're still trending upward on the daily. I'm going to get rid of this so we can just see it a bit. You tagged the 1.618 level, rejected. It looks like Pepe potential is up to here. So you can get 100%. Basically, all these major meme coins seem like you're going to get 100% at most. Okay, Maul. Wow, meme coins seem to be popular. You guys are all talking now. Mr. Rogan Joe, what is ZYN? Is that a coin? What is that? Yeah, so Pepe, I don't know what is it. It looks like it's in a downtrend for now. I mean, it's kind of the same as everything, right? Everything's rolling over. It's rolling over. Let's look at, I think for Pepe, it's popular enough that we can look at liquidations. I don't know what the difference is, but Pepe. You can see it already went through a bunch of liquidations. Is that really the same? Yeah, I guess so. Zincoin, brother. Okay, brother. I never understand the brother thing. Why do people say that? Like, bro, brother. I think it would make sense for Pepe to take out these lows before heading higher. Right here. So maybe set like an alert if you're interested. Okay, so we looked at Pepe. All right, what's next? Shiba. So Human Biomass asked Shiba and Jogan asked for ZYN. It's a meme culture coin. So hopefully that makes sense about Pepe, and you know my buy zone. Let's look at this. CoinX and MEXC. It's also pulling back huge. All of the meme coin brothers are getting destroyed. Meme coin comrades. When someone says brother, I think of like comrades. I don't know why I think of that. Weird. Yeah, I mean, it's pulling back like everything else, right? So if you go to a like 4 hour, I mean, it's just all red blood. It's gonna keep pulling back, I think. You're not gonna, I wouldn't, let me see, what's the range for this thing? I mean, I would look for a reload zone. That's basically it. Here, right? 78.6. This is your reload zone here. Don't even consider, don't touch this until you get below here. So I'm going to even set, I'll even watch it myself. I'm going to set an alert here. I think this is the meme coin destruction time. A lot of these memes are going to get destroyed. So I would be careful here. Wait until it goes below this level and then start watching for structure. Mr. Aria, or I don't even know if that's a girl or guy, but I talked about Render for like 5 minutes before. Go back, scroll, look back. I talked about it a lot. It's the first altcoin I talked about. I think one of the first. Second, maybe. All right, so yeah. Good luck with Zincoin. Hopefully you're not holding too much. Okay. Shiba, human biomass. The last one you asked about was Shiba. We can look at Shiba. Just because I like Shiba Inus. If I had to pick a dog, I think I might get a Shiba. They're not too big. They're cute. I like it. Maybe I could take it in my cold plunge with me. That would make for an interesting video. Is this right? No, this can't be right. Shiba. Shib. It is Shib, right? Not Shiba. Yeah, Pikachu, they move a lot more, but that's my current target. I'm not giving you a time frame. I'm just saying that is the potential target in the future. But once it hits the target, then we wait for structure again, and then you consider the next move. I'm not talking about for the next year and a half. I'm saying when it hits the target, then you wait for the next move, and then you reevaluate. Yeah, Shib. Is Shib the same as Shiba? I'm hoping it's the same. Okay, what about this poop coin? This is an old poop coin. Oh. I actually don't know for this one. My brain is not. Oh, I think I'm shutting down. Oh, it's like 12:30 at night here. It's looking like it's breaking down. It doesn't look great on a daily. I would look for a pullback to here, right at this level. Point, basically a bunch of zeros and 1 6. 1 2 3 4. 4 point whatever 0.16. Wait for that, and then consider the next move. Yeah, so there you go, guys. Maul asked Foxy and Brett entry, and Arya asked TNX. What is TNX? You mean TRX? All right, I'm not answering if you don't spell it right. Foxy and Brett. What the fuck is that? Brett. Oh, they're two different coins, I'm guessing. Foxy. I've never even heard of this. Foxy. Oh, what is this stupid coin? All right. Maul, if you're still listening, what are these coins, Foxy and Brett? This one I'm not excited about. What are these coins? Does anybody know? I'm just trying to understand the like potential fundamental nonsense. Or are they just meme coins? Okay, two different coins, but what do they do? Tell me about Brett. So this one, it looks like it broke out of a downtrend. And it's trying to create an uptrend now. Meme coin for MetaMask. Main Memek something. Okay. And what's the other one? Brett is a basic meme coin. Oh. Fuck. Why do you guys like... I've never heard of these meme coins. I mean, what is the market cap on this one? Let me see. Does TradingView tell me? What is the market cap? Volume 105. Oh, it has pretty good volume. 112 million. Does it have the market cap? I want to know. I want to know market cap. Volume is impressive. A billion market cap? That's extremely high. I'm not really interested in meme coins that have that high of a market cap. Well, it seems to be trending up. I just don't... I think you're going to pull back just like all the other meme coins, and then maybe you can move higher, but I don't... There's nothing here that gives me enough data to estimate any kind of upside target. I mean, the best I can do is dude, and then you get to here, which is just a double, which isn't that exciting, right? It's a base meme coin. What base is a network? Sorry for my ignorance. Is base a network? Yeah, I talked about optimism already, Mr. Unknown. I think I talked about it already. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure. I'd have to look into the base network and so on and so forth before I can even give any kind of target. I'm just going off technicals here. Another one is like Giga, right? That was a big one. So this one really pumped quite a bit and is pulling back now. This one I like. So this one I'm watching, and this was kind of the initial range right here. So you tagged your 1.618, see the tag and rejection, and then you tagged 2.618, and the next target would be up here. I think this can hit in a relatively short period of time. This Giga Chad meme, I can see this becoming quite popular. So let it pull back to this area. So something I expect a move like this. You're going to come down here, 0.033, 0.035 area, and then you're going to move higher, reject a bit here, reject a bit here, and then when the rest of the market kind of breaks out, I'm going to expect it to move up here. And this is where you kind of can take profits. And then I expect another base, and we'll evaluate from there. But that's kind of what I expect for something like this one. Giga is pretty popular from my understanding, and I personally like it as a meme. Look, I looked at a bunch of memes. This is the one I remember in my head. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe it can do well because I'm actually remembering it. Oh, Coinbase Exchange. Oh, that doesn't sound good to me. I'm not a big fan of that. Oh, okay. Yeah, Unknown, just go back and look. AMP. Let's look at AMP really quick, and then maybe we'll call it a night. Since I've been going for a while. It's been a while. I don't know how long. AMP doesn't look great. Still bearish. Everything's bearish. I don't know why this would go higher. While Bitcoin looks like a bull flag, this looks like a bear. I'm not a fan of this. I don't see anything really good here. I think this could potentially go lower. I think you could, honestly, you could go down here. I don't see why that can't happen. Will you check BTB? BTBT. BTBT? Bit Digital? Is it like what is this? Some kind of crypto proxy? Huh. It's definitely interesting. 385 previously in 2021. It went crazy. I'm guessing this is some kind of crypto thing. I mean, it's in a very clearly defined range here, right? So there's your kind of your high and there's your low. I want to be a little bit more conservative. I mean, if it breaks out, first target for me is 891. If you look at the previous high, you could also use that, and you could say this is my sell zone up here, right above the previous high, so 21, which would give you a almost 450% return. It's not bad. It looks good. I mean, I like the consolidation. I like what I'm seeing here. I think initial target right here at $9 makes sense, which kind of lines up with this resistance level, right? So I use these chaos things which seem weird, but if you look, like if I try to map out what is it's actually like a zone. I don't like to put a line because then you guys think like, oh, it's going to be this exact area. But if I put a rectangle, right? So this would be this is kind of your big zone right here. Right there would be like where I think price might stall. And that would be like a sell area, right? And then if I clone it and we go up here, this is another big zone. So this would be, but you see how close they are to my chaos levels. If I bring them just a little bit in, so they pretty much line up. So I could see this heading up to $8 and then rolling around a bit and then heading up to 13, with the final target being up here like 23. It's possible. I like the consolidation here. This looks good. Thank you for Unknown for suggesting this one. Okay, I think we'll end it with that. Appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you enjoy this and you're not currently a TRI member, consider signing up. Free trial. Signing up gives you access to all of our veteran members on the site, some of whom have been members for years and gone through our 3 levels of the school program, and are expert traders. The Discord is kind of great just to be in to get trade ideas. I think it's useful for that. And you get direct access to myself, Brian, and Sjord. You can always at us and ask questions. And most of the time we respond, maybe not right away, but we do eventually respond to you. And then you also can, we have our school programs. We have our pro tools. You can learn about those after you sign up for a free trial. I always suggest just sign up for a free trial and see if you like the community. That's it. It's that easy. All right. I will close it off by doing my famous saying, enjoy your weekend. I know tomorrow's Friday, so enjoy your Friday and then enjoy the weekend. I understand crypto trades 24/7, but try to take a break, get away from the screen, spend time with your family, friends, go work out, exercise. Healthy body means a healthy mind. So, it's important to keep all of those things aligned if you want to be a trader. Otherwise, if you can't even do a gym workout 3 times a week, I don't know how you can expect to be a good trader. Like, it takes so much more discipline to trade than it does to go to the gym. Like, it's on totally different levels. So if you can't even go to the gym 3 times a week, I don't know how you can become a master trader. I just don't. Okay. Have a great weekend, you guys, and I will see you in the chat. And if not, I will see you here, same time, same place, next week. Bye, everybody.